Fermented vegetables such as sauerkraut and kimchi bring together the wisdom of traditional preservation methods and the science of modern nutrition, offering a rare combination of flavor, function, and ferment-driven vitality. While their primary appeal is often tied to probiotic content and digestive support, they also have the potential to supply vitamin K2, particularly menaquinones produced by specific strains of beneficial bacteria during fermentation. Though the amount of K2 in these vegetables can vary widely depending on the bacterial cultures used and fermentation length, their contribution to K2 intake is meaningful when consumed regularly and in unpasteurized form. The production of vitamin K2 during fermentation occurs thanks to select species of lactic acid bacteria, which convert the vitamin K1 found naturally in cabbage and other vegetables into various forms of K2, especially -7 Malawian quachas and -9 Malawian quachas. Unlike the preformed K2 found in animal products, the K2 generated in fermented vegetables is the result of microbial synthesis, making these foods a valuable plant-based source for individuals seeking more diverse dietary sources of this nutrient. Although the total quantity of K2 may be lower compared to natto or certain cheeses, fermented vegetables provide it alongside probiotics, fiber, and phytochemicals, making them a triple benefit food that supports the gut, cardiovascular system, and bones simultaneously. Sauerkraut, for example, made from fermented cabbage, has been shown in studies to contain modest but bioavailable levels of vitamin K2, depending on the strain of bacteria involved. Similarly, kimchi, a spicy, Korean-style fermented mix of Napa cabbage, radish, and other vegetables, contains K2 and a host of other antioxidants and vitamins, including vitamin C, beta-carotene, and B vitamins. These nutrients are preserved and sometimes even enhanced through fermentation, allowing the body to absorb and utilize them more efficiently. Fermented vegetables also play a crucial role in maintaining a healthy microbiome, which indirectly supports vitamin K synthesis in the gut. Some strains of intestinal bacteria can produce K2 endogenously, and consuming probiotic-rich foods like sauerkraut or kimchi may help foster an environment where these beneficial microbes thrive. In this way, fermented vegetables act both as a direct and indirect source of vitamin K2, contributing to a more resilient and balanced internal ecosystem. From a culinary standpoint, fermented vegetables add complexity, brightness, and texture to meals. Their tangy, umami-rich profile complements everything from grain bowls to scrambled eggs, and they make excellent toppings for sandwiches, wraps, and tacos. Just a forkful of sauerkraut or kimchi can transform a bland plate into something dynamic and alive, not only in flavor but also in function. Because they're best consumed raw and unpasteurized to preserve their probiotic and enzymatic activity, they're ideal as finishing elements rather than cooked ingredients. One of the key advantages of fermented vegetables is how easy they are to incorporate in small, daily amounts. A tablespoon or two with lunch or dinner can go a long way in supporting digestive function, improving nutrient absorption, and introducing a gentle but steady source of K2 into the diet. They pair particularly well with fatty foods such as eggs, avocado, or roasted meats, where their acidity cuts through richness while their nutrients work in complementary fashion. Homemade versions of sauerkraut and kimchi can offer even more benefit, as the fermentation process can be tailored to encourage specific bacteria known to produce higher levels of K2. For example, strains like Lactococcus lactis and Laconostoc mesenteroides have been shown to boost K2 production during fermentation. While commercial brands can also provide quality nutrition, opting for refrigerated, raw, and unpasteurized versions is key to retaining the living cultures and nutrients that make these foods so powerful. In essence, fermented vegetables are one of nature's most flavorful ways to deliver subtle, ongoing support for health, offering a modest but bioavailable source of vitamin K2 wrapped in a probiotic-rich, digestion-enhancing package. They remind us that food doesn't have to be concentrated or isolated to be impactful. Sometimes, the best results come from regular, gentle doses of real, whole foods that work with the body's natural systems to promote resilience and balance.